Last year, I generated over $20 million of revenue on Amazon. So I don't have to constantly look at products. I just buy the same products day in, day out, because I've secured over 50 brand direct wholesale accounts that generate me $50,000 to $60,000 of sales per day. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can secure your first brand direct account to sell products like this. All right, so a lot of people ask me how to find brands to partner with on Amazon. And I'm going to show you probably my favorite way to do it. It just distills down the entire Amazon catalog into brands that meet all of the criteria that you're looking for. So I'm in a software called Smart Scout, and there's a lot of invaluable tools, but I think perhaps my favorite tool is narrowing down the category into certain brands. And then within those brands, you can see all of the products very easily that are being sold on Amazon. Let's start by filtering down what brands we want to work with. So we'll start with the category. You can specialize in one category, or you can be kind of all over the map. And certain categories clearly lend themselves better than others to selling as a beginner, especially. For instance, you don't want to be selling appliances right off the bat. You don't want to be selling books necessarily, wholesale, or CDs and vinyl, stuff like that. There's a lot of categories that don't really make sense, but there are a lot that do. One good entry-level category would be grocery and gourmet food. So let's search in that category. Next filter we're going to do is Amazon in-stock rate. So we typically don't want to compete head-to-head with Amazon, but we are willing to accept if Amazon pops on the listing occasionally and is out of stock most of the time. That would be okay with me. So let's put a maximum in-stock rate of 30%, meaning they're just selling directly on the listing 30% of the time. The other 70%, it's all third-party sellers. Monthly revenue, let's set a minimum of $10,000. You don't want a brand doing zero sales on Amazon or very minimal where it's not worth your time. But on the other hand, you don't want necessarily to try and partner with these massive brands because they're just going to say no or direct you to a distributor. So let's cap the monthly revenue. I would say $200,000 a month. You can always increase this if you have not enough brands to choose from, or decrease it if you have a huge sea of brands to go through. So you can play with this number. You can also play with the in-stock rate. You can play with the category. And then you want a minimum of 5 FBA sellers. And the reason why is if there's only 1 or 2 sellers, it means the brand is either selling to Amazon directly, they're selling on Amazon on their own Amazon account directly, or they have some sort of exclusive partnership or semi-exclusive partnership with just 1 or 2 sellers. You want to avoid those situations. Those are going to be the hardest to break into. So if you put a minimum of 5, it means the brand is probably selling to multiple third-party sellers and is okay with it. Let's search with this criteria and see what comes up. And as you can see, there is a list of 154 brands to contact here. So I would just start right at the top. And before I do so, I'll just go through some of the main stats here. So it's all in the grocery category, obviously. This is the brand name, subcategory, Amazon's in-stock rate. You can see some are at 0%. They've never sold anything. Some are 6%. Some are close to that 20-30% here. The average number of sellers, so you can see 6.6 on average on this listing. Others have up to 20, 30 even. Average sale price of their products, average revenue estimate or estimated monthly units sold, average rating for the brand, how much do people like their products, and how many products they have listed under that brand name. So without further ado, you can click on this magnifying glass to see a list of products. And as you can see, this is some sort of tea company. So let's just open up a few products, investigate the listings, and see what's what here. So you can see it is sold by a third-party seller. If this seller name said 3 Ballerina Tea, that would mean that the brand themselves is selling on the listing, which is typically not what you want to see. And then on the Keep It chart, this orange area is when Amazon was in stock. So you can see they were in stock a lot of the year, but they're also out of stock probably 2/3 of the time. My other extension here, Rev Seller, is going to tell me if the brand files IP complaints. This is going to be red if they do. So that's not a good sign. And then also whether you need to apply for approval. So you would apply there, see if you can get approved. If you need an invoice, then you would need to contact them first, see if you can get an invoice to upload and get approved to sell before you even try. The next listing, I'm seeing the same seller on here. I'm seeing 11 other FBA sellers though. So it appears this brand is probably working with a handful of sellers, not exclusively, but maybe semi-exclusively. And then a third icon actually just popped up here, transparency. Looks like this brand has enrolled in the transparency program, meaning they have these 2D barcode stickers that they put on the product. And if you don't get product with those stickers on it, you're not going to be able to sell it on Amazon because Amazon fulfillment centers will reject that item. So you have to be careful with any transparency product. Whether you're buying from a brand or distributor, you need to make sure that you're approved and that you're receiving product with those transparency codes. So this might be a tough one, but it could be worth contacting them to become one of the authorized sellers. As you can see, this number of sellers is going up, it's going down as they sell through, it's going back up again. Actually, more sellers than have ever been on the listing. So this brand may be open to partnerships. So the next thing I would do is then search for their website. So 3 Ballerina Tee looks like a whole lot of nothing. So what we're going to have to do is type in another keyword like manufacturer or distributor. There we go. Trongyang Corp. Probably butchering that name, but this looks like it is probably the correct website. We do want to make sure this is the actual manufacturer and not just a trading company. And I'm actually seeing here, it's a modest family-operated wholesale grocery distributor. So I'm not sure if that means they're just a distributor or they are manufacturing and distributing the tea. It is hard to say. Usually it's very clear, but in this case it's kind of not. But what I would do is fill out this contact form, or better yet, give them a call or an email and just say, hey, we're an online retailer looking to buy large quantities of 3 Ballerina Tea product. Is there a wholesale price list we can take a look at and take it from there? It looks like they are USA based, or at least have an office or warehouse in the USA. So I'm going to just see if I can find anything else as well. US Trading Company, I doubt that is the manufacturer. It's interesting. Even Alibaba shows something. I would not trust that at all. Yeah, so it looks like that probably is the best bet. I would start there. You might be able to buy it from a distributor too, but something like grocery, typically you have to go high volume, brand direct, or like really good relationship with the distributor. So anyway, that's one possibility. Let's go on to one more. You'll get the idea after that. So let's go into Copico, their products. Looks like some sort of like chocolate candies. So let's open up a few of these and just see what's up. The listings. So it looks like there's 3 FBA sellers, 4 FBM, and it looks like there were many more sellers than that, up to 20 sellers. Sellers coming on, sellers coming off. Looks pretty good. Amazon really barely in stock. So far it looks pretty good. 8 FBA sellers on this. Looks like Amazon in and out of stock, sellers coming in and out. Pretty good movement. 8 FBA sellers. If you have the Keep It extension, you can see their stock levels, how big these sellers are, whether they're like mega sellers or fairly newer sellers. This one's a smaller seller, medium sellers, smaller sellers. Looks viable so far. Yeah, 16 FBA offers on this. So if these were like, let's say $1 a piece, your buy cost is $2, you can really fly through these at a decent ROI margin. This looks good so far. It's all green flags. It looks like there's no IP complaints, transparency. Looks like I'm approved to sell it already without even applying. So let's take a look and see if we can find the manufacturer's website. Here we go. Copico USA. Easy. Again, you can read like the About Us if you want to, figure out like where they are based out of, and looks like there's some other related brands as well, which is interesting. So then you go to contact us, and here we go. We've got an email. It looks like they're actually based in Canada, which is interesting. Not a problem. And then it even says become one of our distributors and start selling today. So very friendly and inviting company. So yeah, I would definitely send them an email and just say that you're an online retailer and looking to partner with them. Yeah, just off these first 2 brands, they both look like possible opportunities. And then as you work your way down and down and down, you can see how vast just one category is with one specific criteria, how many opportunities there are. If you contact them all with the methods that I teach, you're virtually guaranteed to open a decent amount of those and start a thriving wholesale business. So this is the exact system we've implemented for all of our clients. Take Scott, for example. Scott secured his first brand direct account in 3 days, just 10 days after working with us and setting up his foundation. If you want to learn how to do this and learn directly from me how to scale your Amazon business, then check out the link below.